welcome back. Happy New Year again. This time, Happy New Anime Year. That's a thing, right?
Sure, we'll go with that. Yeah, Happy New Anime Year. Because, I mean, hey, we did it. We have officially made it through to our next winter. We started in winter 2021, and here we are, winter 2022. Yeah. We did it.
New year of talking trash.
Same new year of talking trash. Same set, same your takes are going to be rough.
How rough can my takes be? They're ice cold.
Yeah, you and your mild takes. We need to go back to last episode.
No. Alright, news. A lot of sequel news. Not really too much crazy stuff. There was a lot of crazy stuff in the last episode. Some of the sequels we're getting official dates for now. Devil's a Part-Timer Season 2 is set for summer of 2022, which is nice. I'm happy we're getting that sooner rather than later, because I loved Season 1. I don't think Season 2 is going to be as good, but I'm excited.
Yeah, yeah, it's something to look forward to. It's something that was rather unexpected, which was nice. Yeah,
I kind of considered that one over after that long wait.
Mm-hmm.
My Hero Academia Season 6 coming in fall of 2022. Zero surprises there. We knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, we're getting the entire anime start to finish. And speaking of finish, the next bit of news is the author wanting to end the manga in about 1 year's time. So we'll have to see if he sticks to it.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can get his wish. God knows you don't want it to end up like Bleach, where the mangaka is told, hey, you have 2 chapters, wrap it up.
Yeah, it's tough because I don't really know the My Hero author much. I don't hear from them that much, but I know like Oda for One Piece has said that he wanted it to end like in 5 years, but I think he said that when it started. I feel like he just, every time that anyone asks
I think he recently said that he thinks that they're getting toward the end, whatever the hell that means.
Like, does that mean we're like 52% done? Like,
I mean, I remember before this arc, Oda said that he thought it was 70% done.
So just like another 5 more years, right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's pretty much it. Like, I have no idea. Like, it really just depends. Obviously, it's not part of the news, but in terms of One Piece, it really depends on how this arc goes. If this, how he decides to write this arc will determine how much more they probably have in it.
Okay. And you brought up Bleach. Bleach, was it 1,000-Year Blood War, something like that? Is that the arc?
I think you got it right, actually.
Perfect. That's coming in October 2022.
And I'm very excited. And for those who might be like, oh, how long is this going to be? If I remember correctly, that arc was about 30 to 40% of the manga. Like, it was a pretty significant chunk of that manga because of how long it took. So we're going to have a good... I might be overestimating how much it was, but we're going to have a good chunk of anime to watch. It's not just going to be like 12 episodes there.
That's cool. Yeah, I was expecting like at most 25 episodes, but I don't know anything about the manga.
I feel like we're at the point where it could be anywhere to a JoJo season, which is about 36 episodes, to 50 episodes is probably what I would expect.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, however much they release, I'm gonna watch. I'm finishing.
Oh yeah, and I mean, we're gonna be getting Bleach with upgraded animation 10 years after it ended. Like, if they do not make these fights look gorgeous, we're gonna be disappointed, because like there is already so much hype for this that they have to like nail home this animation quality for some of this stuff.
Yep. While we're talking about reviving series like Devil's a Part-Timer and Bleach, this is like the revival news segment. Overlord Season 4, which I forgot was announced already.
Can I talk about how I just wish that it ended after like 1 season?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fine. I don't have any problems with that take. Season 4 is coming out in 2022. You know what? I think I like Isekai Quartet more than Overlord.
That's sad. Yeah. I definitely think that Overlord is probably the worst in the Isekai Quartet group, but
we got Yojo Senki, ReZero, Overlord,
Shield Hero got added.
Shield
but
Hero, and what was the other main?
Is it Konosuba?
Yeah, Konosuba. Yeah, Overlord's probably the worst of that group. I think that's fair. If you don't count that one, there's some character that appeared like a cameo for one episode, and I think their show was like Goddess in Another World or some shit. Overlord's
Yeah.
probably better than that.
But needless to say, another anime that you probably weren't expecting to get another season for, but
No.
to the 20 of you that you're probably happy about that.
Sorry. I tried to think if that would be airing on AMC or not, but I don't think it is. It's Ooh, all right.
No,
Anyway,
I think
it's
this next one is gonna be airing on AMC.
Oh hell yeah. Dr. Stone season 3 is coming in 2023. I don't know what to think of that. I liked season 1, I didn't like season 2.
I'm gonna give you my take as somebody who has stayed up to date with the manga.
Mm-hmm.
I think this part will be good. If we continue, it's gonna food wars. It's gonna food wars.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay.
I won't talk about it as to why I feel this, but I'll tell you off camera why I find things are going to be going bad. But let's just say that I have been reading it because I want to see it through, not because I'm enjoying it.
Been there. Okay. Yeah. That's not very reassuring because I feel like I was in the minority of not liking season 2.
Yeah.
And if I already don't like it, I'm probably not going to like more. So,
see, again, I think season 3 will be fine.
Okay.
I think that'll be good. I think that is probably one of the better arcs that they had here. It's just, Dr. Stone's almost done.
Okay.
Dr. Stone is probably in their last, 20 chapters, to put it in perspective. This thing is almost done. Yeah. So I'm much further out with it, but still.
Okay. And then, sticking with the revival theme here, we had it, I believe, confirmed that Tower of God is indeed in production for season 2, which is a huge relief, in my opinion, because it left us on the cliffhanger. If you knew anything about the source material, you knew there was plenty more that can be adapted. But I think overall, the Crunchyroll Webtoons experiment was kind of a flop, but I'm glad at least Tower of God is still chugging.
And that was what I was going to say. It bodes well for Webtoons being able to at least be able to continue from their source material, because I think that one of the biggest problems that you have with Webtoons and their anime adaptations is the pacing of it. Kind of goes all over the place because, let's face it, a lot of the people who are making Webtoons aren't professional writers and stuff like that. They're people who have just developed this community and stuff like that, and so their pacing might be a little bit harder to go off of, and then you try to pass that off for an anime, and it just becomes a little bit harder. So, I think Tower of God probably had the better potential, or that. I will say, I would do want. What was the other big one that had a
God of High School?
God of High School. That was the other one that I would like to have a season 2 for, because I was enjoying it, but that one feels less likely to have happen.
Yeah, that one had potential, and I remember people thinking that of the 3, which Noblesse was the third one. Of the 3, people seemed like, in general, they liked the God of High School webtoon the most. But the anime adaptation was a train wreck.
Yeah, I almost went to read the webtoon because I was very intrigued over it, and I simply am garbage at starting things, so that's the only reason I didn't. But I think I'm still a little bit interested in trying it.
Yeah, but I thought the Tower of God adaptation was the best of the 3, and I think I'm very, very happy that we got a season 2 announcement in some capacity.
Yeah, let's just hope that it can continue a trend for webtoons having success, because I know a lot of those people work hard, and it's a super cool thing to be able to see this.
Yeah, I would love to see more webtoons get made, give a few more a shot. Other manga getting picked up, Hell's Paradise, one of the bigger manga without an anime that's out right now. That was picked up by Mappa, so we will be getting a Mappa adaptation.
That'll be good. Mappa's had a really good success rate these days.
Mappa picked up, I think it's the 3 big manga right now. They got Chainsaw Man. What Jujutsu Kaisen I think was the other one. It's like Chainsaw Man,
Yeah,
Jujutsu
they have
Kaisen,
Jujutsu
and
Kaisen.
Hell's Paradise all went to the
Yeah,
same studio, which is nuts.
and I mean, Mappa's just taking over as like probably like one of the most notable, if
Yeah,
not the like notable one. I mean, just look at obviously they've done Attack on Titan, they've done Kakegurui, they've done Jujutsu Kaisen, they did like we mentioned God of High School, Banana Fish. Like they've done so much over the last just 3 to 5 years. That
yeah,
it's actually wild.
yeah. So that's one that I know nothing about, but I'm excited for it. Like we don't talk about every
Yeah.
manga that gets picked up. There's a reason that we had this one in the doc. That should be good.
Yeah, it's
Um,
definitely one of those things that I think it's worth giving a shot for because these days anything that Mappa's kind of is doing definitely feels as though it's worth giving consideration for at the very least.
yeah, and this is I don't know what my favorite revival is of this new segment, whether it's Devil's a Part Timer. It's probably Bleach. Tower of God coming back is cool. Overlord's cool. But this one is the one that's really interesting and really surprising to me. It's Urusei Yatsura, which aired in 1981 through 1986, is getting a 2020 remake. That just seems like it came out of
Uh-huh.
nowhere. Like there was no rumors or anything.
You ready for Ranma One Half to get a sequel next year?
That's essentially like what the announcement felt
Yeah,
like. It felt like they announced
that's
Ranma again. It was like,
that's literally it. Like it it's just very peculiar to like and it's not like the manga's still being written. Like the manga ended in 87.
yeah,
It's like there are some manga or some anime that get revived because they pulled a Soul Eater and decided to write half of it on your own when you didn't have enough source material, etc. But this revival just feels like somebody really loved it as a kid and they were like, hey, remember this? You
hmm.
don't? Okay, now you will.
Well, what it reminds me of is in 2019 when they redid Dororo, which Dororo was like one of the OG anime from 1969 is when Dororo first aired. And we
Hmm.
got the 2019 remake, and it very, very quickly became one of my favorite anime.
Yeah, I know you're very big on that one.
I got two birthday gifts over there somewhere. They're somewhere.
Oh, by the
I'll show
way,
you
everyone,
off.
wish our lovely host a happy birthday. By the time this comes out, it'll have been like 3 weeks.
Yeah, like 3 weeks now. My wife got me some cool Dororo
That's
art and like a stand thing. It's just
that
super
art is
cool.
super nice.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
I kept it in the plastic because I didn't want to ruin it, but I'll take it out eventually
So
when I
yeah,
can
that's the
hang it.
original. That was the anyway. That's the anime that we were saying. So yeah, we're seeing this trend. I guess I shouldn't call it a trend because it's something that has been almost only like once or twice, but we are sort of seeing these older anime getting like random resurfaces, and I mean Dororo did well,
Yeah,
so we'll have to see if this one can do well as well. I have less hope for this one, but I think it's just based off of what I'm interested in, and what I am
yeah,
interested in doesn't necessarily seem like this.
yeah. I feel the same. I thought that one was more appealing to me, but I'll give this one a shot because it's really interesting that it's coming back and it's like
Hmm.
iconic. Um, two more bits of news going into to gaming a little, if you want to call visual novels gaming.
Yeah,
Summer Pocket, which I don't know. I don't play visual novels. I don't know what this is, but it's a visual novel by Key, which is the company co-founded by Jun Maeda, who is responsible for Angel Beats, Charlotte, Clanad, and a bunch of other visual
yeah,
novels.
he's one of the names. Like I feel like Maida is one of those creators that you kind of you won't put in like Miyazaki, but they're like one of those
Yeah,
names that you sort of start to remember
yeah,
because they have done like their sort of like key things that feel very much
yep.
in their way. The other one is I actually I
Satoshi
feel like
Kon for me was the third one,
Satoshi
but
Kon. That's another one. I wanted to say this one. I think is more like based off of his writing, or I forget. But the guy who did Psychopaths don't they? Didn't they also do like Fate or something like that? Like
Yeah, I don't
Something
remember.
along those lines. Again,
Mhm.
something I want to say.
Yeah, but
Uh,
you can look
yeah.
that up. Jun Maeda is absolutely one of those. But yeah, Summer Pocket is another visual novel by him and his company that is going to be getting an anime. I don't think we have any dates on that yet, but it's always cool to see one of his visual novels come to the anime medium, and you can be sure there's going to be at least one baseball episode in there.
Yeah, yeah, it'll definitely be interesting for sure. But I will be interested. I don't think there's anything necessarily like I don't think there's anything from Maida that I haven't enjoyed. So also it was Gen Urobuchi was
Again,
what I was
yeah,
thinking.
yeah,
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 yeah. So he's known for writing Psychopaths and Fate Zero. That was the name.
got it. And the last bit of news for you gamers out there. Um, this one I left it in because it's a little older news, but it reminded me of just how like hilarious the Among Us manga news was. Black Clover is getting an open world mobile game in 2022.
Sure,
I guess we're just gonna have
sure.
like Black Clover Genshin Impact now. I don't.
I
Sure.
mean, this is where I say I've never had any interest in watching Black Clover, and I probably will still continue to never have any interest in Black Clover.
I watched one episode and stopped. And I don't stop watching anything. So
Yeah, I mean, you sat through 200 episodes of Boruto. We know you
I'm
don't watch
I'm
things.
still going. I'm still sitting through it. I'm caught
You mean
up.
there isn't more than 200 episodes of Boruto?
I'm caught up.
I
Miserable.
yeah, I
So
think that's it. Though we finally made it
yeah.
through the news.
Yep, we made it through the news. We can jump into the categories for this season.
Yeah, a lot of interesting things out right now. Definitely, I think the big thing is there's a lot of sequels.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of like sequels or things with no reputation. It actually kind of mirrors what winter was last year, where we had Attack on Titan final season, one other big sequel in ReZero, and then a bunch of like no name shows kind of all fighting it out for what would be the third best show of the year of the season.
Yeah, if you look back at Winter 2021, it was Attack on Titan, Promise Neverland's trash, Stone War, Doctor Stone season 2, Time I Got Reincarnated by a Slime, but then you had Horimiya, Mushoku
Yeah.
Tensei, which is a very popular
Yes,
one,
that was
ReZero,
probably the
Wonder Egg
one.
Priority.
Mishoku Tensei was probably the one that came out of that season the strongest, but
Yeah, especially
like
past then.
yeah, but like there was not that much in the way of season ones, and this season
Yeah,
feels kind of the
exactly.
same.
Yeah, especially on the surface, because obviously the season 2s and the season 3s are going to be the ones that people are typically watching. So if you were to like look at what's airing right now and on Mal, you're just going to see sequel, 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 sequel.
Yep. So I'm gonna try to give as original of answers as I can. I'm not able to avoid sequels completely, but for my sleeper pick of the season, I'm going with Tribe 9.
Okay.
This is one that I remembered the cover art when I saw it as something that we've discussed before. I remember when it was announced, it was in one of our news docs. It is by the same guy that created Danganronpa and Akudama Drive.
Ah, yes, yes. Okay, I remember this now.
It's as I didn't remember that, but as soon as I clicked on Tribe 9, I saw the
Yeah, if you
the
just look at the
characters. I
characters,
was like, oh, this
I'm
is this
looking.
a
Yeah, I'm looking at
Danganronpa
them right
spinoff?
now. The characters are like 100% like carryovers from them. It's quite wild.
Yeah, I am not certain that any of them are original characters or if they're from Danganronpa because they are identical. But
I
I mean, Danganronpa was pretty good. Akudama
like
Drive,
Danganronpa.
yeah, like I don't think it's, the best show ever made, but it's fine. It's good. Um
Yeah.
I missed out on Akudama Drive, but it starts to get a little bit of attention. Like it was nominated for something in last year's Crunchyroll Awards, and before then I had never heard of it, but I think after it got nominated, I heard people like, you know, actually it's not that crazy of a nomination. It feels like it's pretty good. So,
Yeah.
you know, Tribe 9 in a season that looks pretty empty could end up standing out.
Yeah, well, I think empty is the key thing. You're really digging around. And obviously, we're recording this before most things have had their first episodes to be able to watch, so we're going off of complete speculation here, which is why, without anything, I'm choosing a boy love anime as my sleeper.
You
It's
know,
called
I saw the name.
Sasaki to Miyano.
I saw the name in here and I didn't recognize it. I didn't know what it was, so I was interested, but
Yep.
I'm immediately
I'm
less
choosing the gay
interested.
shit. I'm choosing the gay shit. I might have some bias as to why I chose it, but yeah, I think obviously characters and anime that have strong LGBTQIA foundations are always something that are going to be piquing my interest, and I really want to see this one do well. I think that lately I've been actually reading a lot more like GL and BL, especially like Barnes and Noble's been selling a lot more of that in manga form, so it's been nice to be able to get some. So I've been able to pick up on them, see some of the tropes here, and I think the premise of it is on the more, I guess, expected way per se to be able to write something like that. But I'm still excited for it. I don't think it's gonna do anything too outlandish, but
Hmm.
I think it'll still be a fun watch for me.
Yeah, I mean, in an empty season, you don't have to do too much to be a sleeper candidate.
Yeah,
You just got to
and
be
it's
above average.
currently 3, 6, 9, 12th in terms of like on list of things that people are watching. So we'll see if it starts to move up as the season progresses.
Now, as someone who's somewhat familiar with the medium, is this one that you've heard of at all, or is this just
I don't. I haven't heard of it because my interest in boy love is less than GL stuff. So I typically don't go for this kind of stuff. But I mean, it's literally categorized as like boy love when you look there. So that immediately
okay?
caught my eye.
Okay. And now for overrated, it's it's a tough season.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have a concrete selection for your overrated. If you wanna take that and touch on that.
Yeah, I want to explain myself with this because I find being able to give something an overrated for me means I am going to at least have watched it in some capacity or have any sort of, connection to it. It's hard to say that when 7 of the top 9 shows that are currently airing are sequels that I haven't watched or probably will not watch, minus Demon Slayer and Attack on Titan, that I feel justified in giving an overrated right now. Because to me, an overrated would be something a lot of people are watching that
Hmm.
aren't going to go well. Like last season, I did Comey. That makes sense as an overrated.
Yeah,
If I wanted, if I start scrolling down, and I know the season just started, so it's hard to pick, but because of that, I just don't find myself thinking that I can pick any right now when all of the top that everyone's talking about really are sequels.
yeah. I had this was easily the hardest category for me to choose one as well because I think the shows I'm considering watching are like the things that we discussed last episode, the kind of sequels of Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, and I don't know if JoJo's is getting more episodes this season or next or whatever, but if that's coming out, then that. But like that's the only thing I'm watching with any sort of expectation.
Yeah,
Like if Tribe 9 sucks, whatever, and the dumpster fire I'm watching is it's I mean, it's gonna do its job.
yeah, and I
So
mean, like the anime that are getting sequels right now is like Curious Study of Vanitas. Okay, that one I remember was popular. You have an isekai, you have a harem, you have a third season of a slice of life romance that I never watched. You have another anime that I think is a sequel. I can't really even tell right now, but like it's historical maybe. Again, like I'm just going off. I'm going off of all of these things, and yeah, it's just sequel. Then even if you scroll down a little more, then you get like Princess Connect Redive season 2,
Yep.
and like it's just this season is gonna be a ton of sequels, and you're gonna have to really like want to look around to be able to find anything new.
I just scrolled all the way to the bottom. There's legitimately like the last one of the last entries here is a season 2 of something that 500 people are watching.
Yeah,
Like what?
that's
My choice for overrated, because I think it's the only thing I could find literally anyone talking about at all that doesn't look that great, is Orient. It just
okay.
it just looks like a super generic shonen, and like watching the trailer and stuff, it doesn't even like stand out too much visually. It seems
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at
very mediocre.
the company that is making it, and it's weird because, like, it's done Initial D, and that's, like, really it in terms of things that I know of. Like, this is just a random studio that's doing it, so it's probably not got as much under its belt and things like that. So it it's definitely something that I probably will not want to check out, nor is it something. I mean, looking at it, it just feels like they took Bleach, threw in Platinum Ends Angels, and some Helsing Demons. And, like, that looks like the image just kind of connected them three together.
Yeah,
It's
I don't know what I'm looking at. It's like if you've ever seen Castlevania on Netflix, like imagine that, but also fairy tale, maybe. Like it's very, there's a
yeah,
red-haired character with a fire sword as the main character. Like that's the originality that I'm getting from it.
yeah, exactly.
But
And again, it's currently it's not looking that
yeah,
great, and it's probably gonna continue showing that it's not looking that great.
but it's tough because it was like the only nominee as something that I've actually seen like advertised or promoted in any capacity. So,
Yeah, so that's
yeah,
why overrated might be hard to start off with. We'll have to wait and
yep,
see how things develop to be able to create more of an overrated.
yeah. Mid-season, we'll see if people start talking about shows and see if we completely disagree with them. Oh man! All right, so you didn't have an overrated, so do you want to kick off the dumpster fire?
Sure, I might as well just rename. I feel like the dumpster fire to the Isekai Award because I feel like these days I just find an Isekai that sounds like it's going to be absolute trash. And this season's winner
It's easy.
is Shikakumon no Saikwo Kenja, or the strongest sage with the weakest crest. And it looks like generic isekai trash. It probably will air like generic isekai trash, and there's probably nothing that's going to be exciting about it.
Yeah, I mean, just the name of it, the strongest sage with the weakest crest. I'm getting what the strongest member of a famously weak family or something. Like it already feels generic just on the title, which I'm
In the
assuming.
world of magic, the powers and the
I'm done
future of a
already.
mage are predetermined.
That's it. We're
yeah,
good. I pushed the
yeah,
button.
yeah, that's it. That's all you need.
Oh God, is this it? Oh, I found it. How terrible does this look?
Yeah, it doesn't
That looks pretty
seem
terrible.
very appealing.
Not at
And
all.
again, that's why I said I might as well just call the Dumpster Fire Award my Isekai of the season award, because I feel like these days there's always one Isekai airing, and it's the you're gonna have you gotta get through your MILF Isekais and your weakest crest Isekais to get to for Shield Hero.
Yeah, it's look. I don't blame you for just go target an isekai. I feel like isekai and horror anime are probably the easiest things to be like. That's probably gonna be bad.
Yep.
And if it's good, it's like, oh wow, that was surprising. Good job. Way to not blow it
You
this
did
time.
it. Yeah, you did it. You hit my real low expectations and somehow made them at least okay.
Oh, my dumpster fire is one that I'm watching for my channel. I did not think I was going to be watching a show this season for the channel. but we found a show called Sabiro no Armor, which
Okay.
stands for Rusted Armors. To give a synopsis of the first episode, the armors are what they call their weapons.
Oh,
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. It's very intuitive. And their weapons
I,
are guns with swords, and they're samurai who have
okay.
guns that are also swords. It is choppy, it is CGI, and a bit that it disappoints me a little bit because I think it's cool, but it does not help my expectations for the show. It's based on a stage play.
I'd also like to say, if you look at the studio that is doing
Yep,
it, which is called
yep,
Kigumi,
yep,
they have nothing else. It
yep,
is only this. This
yep,
is the only thing they have ever done.
yep. Which was exactly what the case was for Tesla Note and X-Arm, the other CGI debut appearances of studios.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't expect that to be any good.
You know,
But I'm
that's
gonna watch
fair.
it. I'm gonna stick
That's
with it.
fair.
So I guess if anyone wants to join me on that journey, I'll be posting them.
I'll watch with you in spirit.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm glad to support you.
All right, we're
Now for important stuff
yeah.
or things that are actually worth our time.
It's anime of the season, or I mean, more realistically for the season, it's just anime in this season. Like it could, there's just not many options. It's if
You
you're
went with
airing,
yeah, you went with the more traditional expectations. I chose something that at least is a unique. I want to say unique IP, but I feel like that's only for gaming. But a new anime.
yes. Yeah. So I'm back. Big Attack on Titan stan, big fan. Great stuff. Best show ever made. It's like, the second best show after Full Metal Alchemist. Wow. It's I'm worried about it because the manga readers seem to be all upset and up in arms about whatever happened with the manga. I don't know. I don't believe them. I feel like anime
I
fans
mean,
complain a lot.
I can talk about it as somebody who did read the manga, and it's already happened. The time skip confused the fuck out of me with this anime.
Okay.
It like I will be flat out honest with you. The time skip felt very like I was like, oh, we're doing that. So I will say that's for
Yeah.
ever since Attack on Titan hit that like time skip, I was just like, what is going on anymore?
I they I mean, this one's already started airing. They went full balls to the wall episode 1 as if I, didn't just go 40 something weeks without seeing an episode. So I was fucking confused just because I forgot everything. I mean,
Well,
it's
also, can we talk about the metal ass opening that it
oh,
has?
it's awesome. It's so good. I
Like it just opens up almost like Death Note opening where he just starts screaming at you,
it's
and I was like, "Oh God, what
it
is happening?"
I listened to it on Spotify the other day, but the name of the song, it's like the name of the song, and then in parentheses it says like TV size.
Yeah, TV size just means the 90-second version. That's
Oh,
what TV size is.
okay. I
Yeah,
was like, I don't really know that size of music, but okay,
yeah,
sure, yeah,
yeah. No,
that's
TV. Yeah, TV size is when they shorten their anime opening to be the 90-second intro.
okay.
It's yeah, you'll see that.
Okay, that makes sense. I was worried for a second that I can only play it through my TV. But yeah, I mean,
No, yeah, it sounds a lot better when you listen to it from your TV than your Spotify.
the there's not that many options honestly for anime this season, so I'm sticking with it. If it disappoints, it still might just default into anime this season.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's safe to say this is probably one of the weaker seasons in terms of trying to find new things
Yep.
to at least watch right now, especially with like all the carryover. And I mean, again, you have like the very very top. It's just you have with Demon Slayer and Attack on Titan, and then my anime this season is actually well, it's currently the third most watched anime
Mm,
as of right now, and it is very different than Demon Slayer and
a little
Attack
bit.
on Titan. And my one is called, the Japanese version is Sonobisuke do wa ko wa wo suru, or My Dress Up Darling.
Yeah, that sounded
And
right.
it is an anime about a girl who wants to get into cosplay, and it is her meeting this guy who has probably not really had any friends, but has a passion for creating like his own thing, and people found it weird growing up. I've seen one episode of it. It's one of the few that's actually aired right now that I've been able to watch, and there was like one powerful quote that I just remember from it that was pretty much something along the lines of, people shouldn't make fun of the things that you're passionate about creating. And as somebody who actually, I mean, both of us right now, we're in the
Currently.
content creation world right now. And for me, where all of my job is, trying to create content on Twitch and YouTube, I think it's something that can resonate really well. And I think it's going to be not only a fun story, because I mean, I've had interest in cosplay for a while, so watching this will be cool. But on top of that, I think it's sending a good message right now.
Yeah, and that is the one. Maybe it's because we're so early on and not that many things are airing, but that is the one show that I've actually seen people starting to like post about on social medias and talk about a little bit.
Yeah, before the first episode, I heard people talking about it, and so that's what made me want to check it out.
Hmm.
And then I didn't realize just how high up it already was being talked about.
Yeah, that's looks like the first one that is emerging this season that maybe I should at least pick up and give a chance.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be in a direction. Again, it's very different than everything else. The top
Yeah.
five of the top six are all action, and then you hit this romance slice of life anime. So it's, yeah, obviously it's more up my alley,
Hmm.
but it is still something that I think is going to hopefully continue to do well. And it's made by Cloverworks, so that's always. I think Cloverworks typically does good stuff, because I mean they did Promise Neverland season one and not season two, or they did season two, but they did season one and other things. They did
Yeah.
Wonder Egg, they did Horimiya. They've mostly done some good stuff.
Yeah. It's one that could go either way. And I don't know. Obviously I hope that it ends up being good. Despite what I do here, I don't hope that things are terrible. Like I hope My Dress Up Darling, or whatever the Japanese name is that I'm not gonna remember a word of. I hope it ends up being good because I might as well pick it up. I'm watching a lot of carryover from last season and really nothing else. So,
Sorry.
bless you.
Thank you.
So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I think
worth picking up.
it's definitely a season where there's a lot of sequels and a lot of carryovers. So if you're looking for something unique, I think that's probably the best bet right now. Unless you want to watch Isekai Trash.
That's not only is that your best bet if you unless you want to watch Isekai Trash, it may be your only bet unless you want to watch Isekai Trash.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, again, like you literally have the amount of carryover this season is wild between Platinum and 86, whenever the hell that gets done. Osama ranking, JoJo's, Demon Slayer, like
Yep.
there's so much carryover.
Holy shit, Shaman King 2021 is still going?
I wasn't even gonna mention that one, but
I
yes.
I had to scroll. I didn't know it was there. Oh, also, you had a dumpster fire already, right? Yeah, the Isekai one. World's End Harem. I forgot it got
Oh,
delayed. That just started. That'll be
it,
terrible.
yeah, that'll be terrible. But yeah, I think, needless to say, I think this season has a lot of question marks in
Yeah.
terms of what things are going to be. There's a lot of expectation on their sequels, and I think that's the one thing that people have. The people who watch their animes are looking forward to their sequels, but it's hard to find anything unique and out there right now. So. On surface levels, you're gonna have to dig around. I mean, there is some cool stuff. Like before we started recording, we found like some badminton anime, and that might be
Yeah.
like something interesting to like look into. But who knows?
Yeah, right before we started recording, I clicked on. Let me get the name in there. I'll give it the credit that it's earned.
Might do.
Vyman's Club. Vyman's Club. I was just like randomly looking through, see if we could find something. It's a Vyman's Club is set in a badminton business group. I read that. I was laughing. I was ready to trash on it. I watched that trailer, and I might have to watch this. Because the production quality for this businessman badminton anime is way better than it needs to be. And it might be awesome.
That's why I'm like, you're going to be digging around to try to find something. But,
yep.
Hey, you might find something fun.
Yep, something will emerge. Something will come out of this season as better than everyone thought it would be. For sure. One of these original season ones is going to come out.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. There was that one season where it was Slime Season 2, Dragon Maid Season 2, and the highest rated original was Vanitas.
Yeah.
Could be that again.
And now Vanitas is here for Season 2.
Maybe Vanitas could come out this season. I guess I should watch that, huh? That's how exciting that was. I forgot about it.
That's sometimes there's a lot of sequels here that I haven't watched that I'm like, should I be watching it? I feel like I should be watching it. We're gonna turn into people who talk about anime without actually watching anime. Let's be honest.
Oh no, I'm trying to not do that, but there's just no anime. All right, Vanitas is added to my list as of right now. We're set. We're set on these winter 2022 predictions. That's all we got for now. We'll see what the mid-season looks like. It could be drastically different. I'm hoping it's drastically different. So. I really hope so. If it's the same, it's gonna be very disappointing. Where
if it's the same, I don't even know if we're gonna have a reason to record.
Yeah, it'll be like a nice 2-minute video. We'll make like a.
We'll just record the news short. And stop.
That's it.
All right.
See ya.
Have a good one.